Wait a minute.
Can we just go, or do we have to start?
Yeah.
It's Issuenite! Thank you for joining us for another edition of Issuenite. If you've never seen the show before, we talk about important and serious issues of the day. We stream on something called YouTube. You can join us for the chat if you haven't been scared off. And you can just ring a bell and hit a subscribe button and participate with us. So why don't we get on to our first set of issues that...
I can't change the camera and play at the same time.
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
Okay. That we like to call,
What do we
Tony
call
likes
this,
to
Jay?
call this our Rogue Planet issues. So,
Oh.
what are we talking about, Tony?
Well, so, Jay, you weren't here last week,
No.
which wasn't a problem because none of us were here last week. But 2 weeks ago, the rest of us were here and you weren't. And we were wondering where you went. So, fortunately, we had what's Mike D, an astrophysicist or something?
High school physics teacher.
Oh, okay.
Same
Pretty
thing.
close.
That's
yeah.
same thing.
And so he explained the physics behind where you might have gone. And so we were able to scientifically determine that you got transported. You know how that works?
Yeah, what?
You get digitized.
Car, you drive a car.
And then you convert your mass into
Tron.
light. And then you get sent somewhere at the speed of light somewhere else.
See, I thought I went to Dollar General, but no.
Well, maybe. I mean, do you
If
remember?
you're using the app.
Do you remember where you were for the past 2 weeks?
No.
No. Okay.
If he was transported to him, he would know where he was.
He would know.
He
or
would know, but he wouldn't think. He wouldn't know passage of time. There's no passage of time.
There's no time. Yeah.
No time.
Does it seem like you were gone for 2 weeks?
Yes, it does
Okay.
seem like I was absent.
Where were you? I mean, where'd you go?
Well, like I said, I wanted to go to Dollar General, but
you're-
that's the last thing I knew.
But you weren't there.
I wanted to go there. They had a special, those chips, and they were $4, but they're down to $3.50, and they're the Ripple kind.
Oh.
And a lot of times they sell out because people like the Ripple kind. They have those pickle ones too.
Ripple pickles?
So I thought I would get them because I knew they had a new stock of those in there. And if you buy two, it's $7. It's still a lot of money, but you can, again, they're rippled. So
you're transported at the speed of light. Okay.
yeah.
And what we want to figure out scientifically is where you went.
Okay.
And we've got some clues, right? Because you're gone
Yeah.
for 2 weeks, and you're traveling at the speed of light.
Okay. But hold on. You said I was teletransported. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Because that, Tony, I don't know if they transport that way anymore. Like teletransport, that's like dial-up, right?
Old technology, but
it's involved using a phone. You got to put the phone down, right? In the right spot,
Right.
And then it's
audio,
the dial-up,
sounds,
maybe that. If this happens again, can we get something high speed instead of the teletransporter?
yeah.
Can we have
Well,
the high-speed
we're
transporter?
pretty sure that that's what happened because Mike D, I think he's an astrophysicist or something.
That he is.
Yeah. He teaches high school science, and this is what we
same
came
thing.
up with. So, so we're able to prove. So we know you were somewhere, well, halfway there and back. So at least we'll call it 1 light week away.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. We got someone watching. We got 2 people watching.
Right.
Okay.
Chickadee Central.
Okay.
I think Bobby got to him. I don't know. Bobby Kennedy?
Yeah,
Bobby. Bobby who?
Yeah, I don't know if what's going on in Chickadee Central. It
Bobby
could be
Sox?
a frat house.
Yeah.
Guys at the frat house, as we told you over and over, just go to another channel, stop harassing us. Find something else to do. There's plenty of other things to do in college. Maybe you should be studying. Thank you.
Especially if they're in physics.
Yeah.
Maybe they should watch if they're
Okay, so did I go to a rogue planet? Is that why we have this title?
Well-
we don't know where you were, Jay. We have
it
no
must
idea.
have been a rogue planet. And hold on, we have a picture.
Yeah.
Pictures?
looked
I like
this up.
pictures.
Well, here's the thought: is we know you're a
Wait a minute.
light
I gotta get there.
week away, right?
Yeah.
Speed of
wow.
light. There's no other like Alpha Centauri is like 4 light years away,
Okay.
and
Space.
you went somewhere and you came
frontier.
back, so it had to be a rogue planet.
Okay.
Now, do you know what a rogue planet is?
No, I don't know. It's blue. It's got a hole at the top. It's maybe a little brighter. Maybe the bulb inside is a little brighter on the lower hemisphere.
Mike, do you know what a rogue planet is?
It's Rogue One. I saw that.
Yes.
Okay,
And it's
so
one.
wait,
It's
is
the
the
first
Empire,
rogue
is this
planet.
owned by the Empire, Tony?
Hard to say because they move around. So a rogue planet is a planet that's not affiliated with like a star.
It's not in a system. It doesn't.
It's
It's,
not
not
in a
gravity. It's flying
Right.
out.
Yeah, so somehow it got booted out.
Right.
You know, so maybe it was on suspended or got, detention
From
and
school.
trouble and got booted
Right.
from its solar system.
Yeah. So it's flying out. It's rogue. You have rogue stars too, right? Stars that don't have any system and they're just flying out there.
Just
But they
flying
were
around.
kicked out of the system, maybe.
I don't know how that works.
Or
the
they
economy of-
rebelled so much that we're like, you need to leave. We have to ask you to leave.
Right.
So the only thing that's a light week away is a rogue planet, right? I mean,
Okay.
there could be an asteroid, but they're not big enough to do anything. So we know you went to a rogue planet.
Okay, so why did you go to the rogue planet, and what happened exactly, Jay?
Well, I obviously didn't have the ripple chips, and maybe I was attracted to that blue light bulb in there. Not sure if if anything else was there. Sometimes, and it's like anyone, you get bored and you're like, I always go to Dollar General. I mean, I
Yeah.
can try something
Well,
else. so.
maybe you're thinking there was a Dollar General there.
Well, I'm
They're
not,
pretty
Jay,
much
we got-
everywhere,
I'm not
right?
stupid.
Yeah.
I know there's probably not a Dollar General there. I mean, maybe nearby, but not on a rogue planet. I mean, everyone knows that.
Right.
So
We got into some deep physics about the speed of light, about the speed of sound, about that's it really, and we try to guess exactly where you were, and we really spent a lot of time. No one was watching because no one cared, Jay, but we cared, and that's why we
thank
talked
you.
about it.
Thank you.
So I don't know. What's the plan here, Tony? What's the goal?
Well, the other thing we know is Jay came back
right. When
so-
did you come back? First off, when's the first time you remember being back?
just now.
I
or-
remember getting the ripple chips, or at least digging into the bag
From
of the
Dollar
ripple
General?
chips. Yeah, it
So
was the pickle.
We could
ones.
talk to the lady at Dollar General and say, when did you see Jay?
They could. I mean, they have cameras, Mike, and actually the sales receipts got a date and time and things like that.
Did you get the $5 coupon this week?
Yeah, everyone gets that, but then you got to spend $25, and no one wants to do that. So it's kind of like, shoot, I'm not, I'm just going to throw this away.
I tried to go to Dollar General and use 2 coupons, but they said you have to have someone else with you. So I have 9 kids, so we all
Did
had
you give it to the 4-year-old?
$45. You got 9
Okay.
coupons.
Oh, really?
The 5-year-old comes up with a credit card. And
Yeah. Yeah, you just teach him, like,
just
stick
teach them
it the right way.
Yeah,
stick it
exactly.
in
Because if
there.
I touch it, they're like, no, you can't do that coupon.
Okay, did you guys get the ripple chips or not?
I've never heard of Ripple Chips.
They're
before.
there. They're in the lower shelf near the bottom.
Okay.
So, you kind of have the
Right.
chips up there, like the 2 for $9 rip-off ones, but go down to the lower.
So what do we know so far is that Jay was gone for 2 weeks.
What if he just went to Dollar General and he wasn't missing at all, like Jason?
Well, he was missing, and
I mean-
Mike D, basically proved that he was transferred into light,
Mhm.
and then he went away for a week, and then he came back. So on this rogue planet, there must be a mirror, right? There must be a mirror.
A mirror, sure.
Yeah. So the mirror.
Is it blue?
Well, the mirror is
Does it light up? Is it-
reflective. So, you bounced off the mirror and came back, fortunately.
Oh, because I was light.
'Cause you were
That's what-
light,
That's
so-
what you're saying.
So we know there's a mirror.
Jay in
Yeah.
a bottle.
Can you
First thing that I
eat
like to do.
while you're traveling on the speed of light? Because you're saying you become light.
You become light. So you're all light, and I don't know if you ate those chips became light with you. Maybe they
Oh.
would merge with you. I don't know. Did you feel full when you came back?
Did, yeah. I
Oh,
did,
well,
yeah.
then that must have happened.
Okay.
So what else do we know? Well, we know there's a mirror, and if there's a mirror, it didn't happen like generically, like naturally. So there must have been some sort of life form. holding the mirror.
final frontier.
Oh,
Yeah.
so there could be some type of alien or Dollar General associate on that planet.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the
Dollar
two.
General.
So the next question is, we know there's a mirror, and it just happened to be pointing back towards Earth. Fortunate for you.
Yeah.
So somebody must have been holding the mirror.
Yeah.
And who would be holding a mirror?
Witches hold mirrors.
Witches do hold mirrors,
Yeah.
but I don't believe in witches.
Yeah.
I don't know if they
Yeah.
could get the.
I don't know why it has to be a
planets,
mirror, Tony. I don't get why there has to
Well,
be.
it's got to reflect the light because he's light at that point.
Could it be ice, Tony? Could it be like some crude mirror? Here's the thing: is you're saying it took a week, and I bet
yeah.
because you guys sent me on dial-up, that's why it took a week. If this was high speed, this could have been a day. This maybe 2 days, but I could have been back quicker. It wouldn't take me that long to get ripple chips, and
Yeah.
just really appreciate if we can look into some high speed
Well,
dial-up.
You're traveling the speed of light, and it's really kind of, even now, hard to get faster than that. So, whether it's dial up for the start or not, traveling the speed of light there and back, and there had to be a mirror because ice absorbs light.
Does it?
It doesn't, like diffracts it and stuff. So it had to be a mirror, and somebody had to be holding the mirror. And I think it was probably like, I don't know, the only time I would move a mirror is my wife told me to, hey, I want the mirror over there.
Yeah.
So this alien life form, he's probably married with a wife. And if you're married, you probably have like McDonald's nearby and, to your point, Dollar General or whatever you said.
Okay, so they have their own alien version of Dollar General. I
think so.
remember that,
Alien
but
General.
Alien General. Well, if they use currency.
It's like, nah,
Yeah,
General.
Yeah. So it might.
Black
I
General.
doubt they would call it dollar, but you're right. But probably General, because most people can relate to that. So, yeah. If you just joined us, you're watching Issuenite. We talk about important and serious issues of the day. Why don't we get on to our next set of issues? And gotta give me a second. And some people call these paint color issues. Wow, that double sped out of there. Tony, what in the world is paint color? Why are we going to talk about paint color issues?
Well, there's been problems with certain paint colors. Colors that should not have been used and are being taken off the market. And to kind of stay with the whole space theme, the first one is black hole black.
I know the black market pretty much just has colors, shades of black. But what about what's the problem with the?
Well, this particular shade of black, black hole black, we'd lose people in bedroom stuff.
I see.
So you paint the one wall, and then the brush disappears, and then
It actually acts like a black hole. The color.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what it is, right? It's a black hole.
I
black.
always think shoot. I wish I could remember where I put the brush down, but you're saying this is my brush is getting sucked
it
out.
explains
into the
a
paint
lot.
can and then somewhere else, maybe to a rogue planet. I mean, somewhere.
Well, I don't know. Where does a black hole lead?
I mean,
into the hole.
Right.
yeah, in blackness.
Total
Yeah.
blackness.
So-
And then you start losing the pets. The cat walks too close, and then
you might want that, but
Depending on the
yeah.
animal.
So-
Fluffy, go,
Yeah.
yeah. Spare socks end up,
It's always
on-
one.
So, that's a
Fun.
good way, Tony. I'm thinking about this because they give us like 2 tubs, one for recycling, one for trash. And the recycling always fills up more than the trash. And we're like, shoot, we got to put the recycling into the trash because we can't fit it in the bin. But I could actually put it through this black hole and get rid of it that way. I never even thought about
The
that. This
trash
could be
or the
great.
recycling?
Probably the recycling because that's more of the pain. They only pick that up every 2 weeks, Tony.
Oh.
So,
But Jay, isn't that part of like the whole environmental thing? I mean, where is this trash going?
well, it's
going to
not
black
harming
hole?
our planet. It's probably harming someone else's planet. But I'm guessing if it's getting there, they have their own recycling program.
That would be a wormhole issue, Jay, where, it's a wormhole. You throw the garbage in the wormhole and it ends up in splash,
Yeah. But I think, Tony, don't we have a recycling center for alien trash that makes it here through their own black hole? And we got to
that
take
could
care of
explain where some of our problem is. Yeah. Some of the stuff floating in the ocean might not even be ours.
Right.
Yeah.
So
black hole black was a bad idea. Solar yellow,
of course.
just as bad. You got people walking into their bedrooms and being blinded. Now you got to wear
Right. Solar
what do you
glasses.
wear? Like those
Solar glass yellow. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Well, see, I heard about clear.
Oh, clear.
Clear is a color that a lot of people felt ripped off. They felt like they.
I asked for a refund on that.
But to be honest, it looked exactly like I painted it on. I painted clear on, and it was exact. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell that it was any different. And so for that, I felt okay. I wasn't completely ripped off.
But your paint stays chipped and faded and things like that.
Yeah, it really kept all the imperfections perfectly clear.
It protected the imperfections.
And you can
perfectly.
say, "Hey, I painted that room," and really you did nothing.
Right.
So,
right.
But you did.
Yeah, and I liked the fact that I had the confidence that they had that protection, but I couldn't really tell. So yeah, I guess I could feel gypped. Some people are gypped about that. Tony, what else you got?
Midnight blue.
Blue. So midnight is blue.
A couple of blues that got banned. The problem, of course, is you walk in there and it's always midnight.
Blue. Is that so? You can only see it in midnight, right? The color.
Well, no, it's midnight.
But when you walk during the day, it looks normal. But then when you walk in at night, you painted it and it's midnight.
You walk in and your room and now it's midnight.
Right. Does it look different than it did before, like at nighttime? Because you painted it?
Well, it's blue. So if your room was blue before, maybe...
If it was midnight blue, though, before, it would look the same.
Well, if it wasn't midnight blue, if it was like regular blue, then, it could be any time of day.
What if it's blue, like midnight does look bluish already, right, when you say?
Yeah.
Is that the point? It's so close. Like, what if it's midnight and it wasn't a blue light, wasn't blue at night? Like, what if it was the sun, the moon was like yellowish, coming in your room? Would it look midnight blue?
Well, it wouldn't be midnight blue if it was a different color.
So if it's a different time, is it still midnight blue? Because that's what Buffalo Lifesavers is clearly upset and trying to get an answer to this right now.
Well, if it's not midnight blue, then it'd be whatever time that color represents.
So you're saying there's a color for each, like there's a type of paint where you paint, and depending on what time of day it is, that's what color it is?
No, just the opposite. You paint your room midnight blue, and suddenly it's midnight.
Actually, physically, the time is midnight?
The time's midnight.
But all the times when I walk in that room...
Wait. So this is like, it's like time travel? Like you're making your room time travel?
Well, no, it's always midnight. So you go to sleep, and you wake up, it's still midnight, and you would never come out, right?
You can get a lot of sleep. You're like, I got to make up sleep, so I'm going in the midnight blue room.
Do I need to paint the room, repaint the room every time to get that extra sleep?
Well, no. If you leave, it'd still be midnight, but as soon as you leave, you're
late for work.
Yeah. As if you oversleep.
Okay.
I don't understand, but okay. So I can see why that'd be confusing. I see why they would be mad about that.
Does the song play like when you walk into the room? Like
song?
You paint it midnight blue. The song Midnight Blue. Does that play? You guys don't know the song.
Midnight Blue.
Yeah.
Midnight Blue.
No
idea what that song is about. Midnight Blue. Everybody. Midnight Blue. You're not gonna sing with me, are you?
No, I.
And then there's the other blue, of course, is melancholy blue.
Sadness.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's what Buffalo Lives are. There mood paints? So there is that one, sadness. Right. Is there angry red? Like, say, I want to get angry, so I need an angry room. So
right.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So all of those emotion.
I never go to sleep before midnight, so then I never go into that. But if you painted your room that midnight color, then you would. If you woke up, when does the paint go away? When does the color go away?
Well, it would fade over time, but if you put that clear over it, it might last longer than you
I see.
would
I
have
see.
otherwise.
All right.
No. Okay.
A couple other colors that are a problem. Cotton candy. Now this comes in 2 colors. There's cotton candy. What was there? The pink.
Yeah,
Cotton and candy,
blue.
right?
And then what's the other one? A bluish.
It's blue.
kinda
It's really
blue.
not cotton because we try to spin. It didn't. We tried to
Yeah.
make clothes. It didn't work.
Right.
So
So regardless, if you do the blue for the boys and the pinkish for the girls, weight gain,
Right.
because the kids, as Jay would always warn them not to do, wouldn't be licking the paint.
yeah. So kids, the cotton candy colors, like we're asking it. We do this periodically. Stop licking the walls.
Well,
Stop-
they
stop
removed the
trying to-
lead from it, so it's better.
They did. Yeah, it's
right,
lead
but
free,
there's
but
still
they're
a lot of sugar and
Right.
yeah. And kids are getting the chippers out and trying to chip it off the wall. Now they're getting drywall, right, Tony? There's health hazards with
They're getting,
drywall.
they're
You
getting
can't-
chip lip too.
Yeah,
Yeah, they smell. The drywall smells like sulfur, but it tastes good if it's got this paint on it,
Okay.
which is part of the problem, of course.
All right.
And then the last one that's been banned that I know of is popcorn.
Okay.
Just because it gets stuck in your teeth, or I mean, is it real popcorn shrapnel on the walls? You know?
Well, it looks like popcorn.
it looks like when you go to the movie theater in the ground, it's kind of like that sticky kind of that feel.
That kind of look.
Yeah.
Kind of the almost exact. And here's the problem: is like on your ceiling, you
Yeah.
might have it.
Right. I did hear that. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I think it doesn't matter what it looks like. I think you're right, Mike. It like just gets caught in your teeth like all the time, and you need to ban that.
Yeah.
So
Plus, if it's popcorn ceiling and popcorn wall, you're not going to know the difference. Like you might go to hang something from the ceiling,
Yeah.
and it'll
Right.
drop down, and you're like, "Why is what's wrong with gravity?" And,
Right.
Yeah.
I think Tony. The last one I remember is they had the scratch and sniff paint,
Oh.
which was one of those, and pretty much, you just scratch the paint and you can smell it. I don't know, but these are all banned paints though, right? Things that What's
Yeah, I don't know if that one's been banned yet.
Oh.
Do you guys still have scratch
well,
and
the problem
sniff
is
paint?
the scratch. Then the paint gets under the fingernails, and then you have pink fingernails, and you're like, "Oh, this will grow out," but it really doesn't. Kind of stays there. Like mine stayed in there 10 years.
Oh.
So you
Wow.
just got to walk around with that
Who
and
knew?
just deal
good,
with it.
Good paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Just join us watching Issue Night. I think we have one more issue. Do we have one more issue?
issue? One more issue.
Okay, here we go. No, that's not the issue. Never mind. Yeah, I guess we'll do this one. Here we go. This is animal respect issues. Periodically on the show, we like to talk about how animals are not respected the way they should be, and today's no exception. So we're going to talk about the monkeys. So I think I have an image of monkey. Yeah, we have an image of monkeys. So, people are using phrases that they really need to stop using, like, hey, a monkey could do it. Like,
No.
I mean, I used it today. My wife was like, hey, great job grilling shish kebabs. And I said, hey, a monkey could do it. And I probably shouldn't say that because the monkeys are like, of course we can do that. Like, why are you surprised that we can do that? We can do a lot more. So, and I mean, this picture, clearly the monkey, well,
Is it a CD?
it's a
DVD?
it's a CD or DVD, but
He's smiling.
you know what? I mean, I don't even know if this monkey can do it because I think it's upside down. Right, Tony? What happens if you put in the CD upside down?
It
in the
plays
machine?
backwards.
I get the other side.
But isn't that the side you shouldn't play? Like he's playing the wrong
That's
side.
that's a dual-sided one.
How do you know that?
We could tell.
How?
It says it right on the little circle part on the inside.
You can read that?
Dual-sided. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, it just looks like this monkey's
a little
up to no
thicker,
good.
too,
All
I think.
right. I just have little confidence in the monkey here that he knows what he's
Well,
doing. He's been
see that
property checked.
you're undervaluing the abilities of the monkey.
Well, listen,
obviously.
my thing is, I think the whole problem with the whole monkey system is that they just don't go through the proper training. Their system set up where they climb trees and they get bored and they start throwing nuts down on people in cars and things like that, and then they steal tourist cameras, and it's just like, if you monkeys had more training, I think you can be employed more and get your job done more accurately.
Wait, so how did the monkeys let us know that they're not happy with this? I mean, how are the monkeys speaking to us?
Well, you could just tell Mike. They,
Who? I mean, do you have
They like
monkeys?
cry,
But do you have
Do you ever hear
monkeys in your house? I mean, how do you?
No, but like India does, and the Indians I talk to, they, they're like, yeah, the monkeys just aren't.
Are
real
people from
happy.
India called Indians?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell. Like, I got to say, like, India, the people next to China. That's what I got to say, because if you say Indian, then everyone thinks, oh, they got gas on their, cheap gas, So, like, no, not that one.
So they
the other
told
one.
you that this is going on. And monkeys are sad, and they're telling us what's going on. They don't like this language that we're just throwing out there. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like monkey see, monkey do.
Oh,
So they have problems with that, and I mean. It's kind of true. Like, monkeys do that. Like, if they look at you doing something, they will do it. But, they just don't like it.
so should we say like copycat instead?
Yeah, maybe. But, I mean, monkey
Copycat.
see, monkey do is accurate. I mean, it really is. But they don't like it. So,
Is it just the monkeys, or will the cats get upset if we say copycat?
Can I have a cat and it just has no clue what's going on? I mean, just no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I get nothing from it except meow. I mean, that's it.
That's,
I don't get
why
any
do you
sense.
have it if you get nothing.
They catch
from it?
mice. They do catch mice.
Okay.
That's
That's
the only
about
reason.
it. Yeah.
But I'm cool with that because I got tons of mice around
Yeah.
here.
Yep. Here, I want to get to some of what we're saying here, or sorry, some of the chat. Can animals vote in the upcoming election? I think in New York they can. And actually, they can do absentee ballot too in New York, right?
Mail in, absentee, phone in, phone a friend. What's that other one? Internet.
And if the animals show their New York State identification, they get free stamps. So they just have to go up and get their free stamps.
Do we have?
So
No, we don't have ID yet in New York, do we?
we have ID, non-driver license ID, and animals can.
We
get
have virtual ID in New York State now.
Oh,
That's where you virtually, you just have to say you're from here. You have to just be here, and then you have ID. If you being who you are is your ID. You actually don't even have to carry something like to vote, for example.
Yeah.
You just go up and show your face and say, "This is my ID. I exist.
This is
I
me.
vote.
Yeah.
This is me. I can prove it. Look,
I am,
see,
therefore
I'm here. Let me vote now."
I am, therefore I vote.
Wow, that's deep, Tony.
Yeah.
You have to look human though, right?
You just have to look like yourself. Like if I come up here, like let's pretend, let's practice, Jay.
Okay.
So I come up there and you sit. What do you say? You're the person working to get the voter
The
voter
counter,
guide ticket counter book.
taking-
Yeah, go ahead, try it. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So why are you here, sir?
I'm here to vote.
Okay. Do you have ID? Okay.
Okay.
I guess that's throwing me. I don't ever reply to that.
You don't,
so-
and that's all you have to do now. The immigrants coming in. I don't mean to get in voting, but you kind of hit what's that
Yeah.
word means, Jay? That word that kind of like you like this.
Trigger.
Yeah, that's it. Trigger.
Yeah.
Trigger word.
Yeah.
Do it. Just
Okay.
say trigger again, Jay.
Wow. So
See,
that
it's-
triggers
that's-
you to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime you say that word trigger,
Yeah.
it's a trigger word for me.
Okay.
My point is, when you go up and you want to look at the person right in their face, it's like, can you look at me? I want to,
Yeah.
you make sure you're looking at me. You
Okay.
look in the retinal scan
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Just
Now I am.
ask
Yeah.
say,
Okay.
well,
All right.
you look at your camera.
So you're yourself.
Say,
you're
yeah, look, see,
Okay. You're
you can scan me. I'm proving it's gonna be myself.
okay. And I'm scanning you with my eyes, so I guess I am.
Right, you are
scanning
scanning, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
low budget type of
Okay.
scanner, but New York State is spending a lot of money on these special scanners.
Okay.
Now, the only thing it does is it's a camera,
Yeah.
and there's a TV monitor there. Okay.
Okay.
It's a camera and a TV monitor. Camera plus TV monitor, Jay. What's it equal? It's just camera and TV monitor. That's all. It's nothing. I'm not trying to get crazy here. Okay.
Yeah, I just-
So, and then what happens is first off, okay, this is how it's going to work in New York State with Hochul.
So if
Okay?
I see you on the screen,
Tony's got it.
then you're there.
That's
and
right.
Therefore, you get the vote.
You say, look at the monitor. That's
Right.
me. See?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the identification right
So
there.
if you were a ghost,
you
you wouldn't
show up.
appear.
If
so
I appear on the screen, I would appear on there if I do.
So if you're a ghost that can materialize and show up on the screen,
Right.
you could vote. But
Tony,
otherwise,
no. If you're a monkey, not to get back on the monkey issue.
No,
if you're a monkey,
we
you
should.
would say, "See, I'm a monkey," and then you'd get to vote. And that's what's going to happen this election.
Yeah, well, what you can do in New York State's and put in like those turnstiles where you go through and it spins you back to where you were. So you go in, you vote, and then you get in it, and it spins you back to the person, and they're like, "Wait a minute, you were just here," and you're like, "But this time I'm a monkey."
Then you get to vote again.
You get to vote.
You get to
again.
vote a second time.
That's wonderful. And so, maybe Buffalo Lifesavers is like, where can I get non-driver's ID for a monkey? You obviously would go to the DMV.
And again, you don't need it. I mean, again, you just need to show your monkey face
Yes.
and say, "See." That's all. So,
And as long as it shows up on the monitor.
and
you're good.
that's right. And this election cycle, because it's a cycle in New York State, right? You get to vote once, and then you get to vote again, and then you get to mail-in vote, and you get to vote again.
Yeah.
And then
so
again.
you could probably up to 8 times.
Up to 8
You could-
times.
Yeah.
And every time, though, you can verify your ID. See?
Yeah.
Every time.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
so if I can train my dog, my cat, to go up to the camera, they'd be able to vote.
Tony, you don't need it. In New York State, it's even simpler than that. You just have to put them in front of the camera
Right.
and say, "This guy's voting." And then what would
So
you
they
say,
don't-
Jay?
yeah.
What would you say, Jay?
I might be confused, but I suppose I would have to let
What
him
would you
vote.
say? Like I say, this guy's voting. This,
Well, he's on the camera. He's on the monitor, so I have to let him.
Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
This guy's voting. Okay.
Okay.
And what do you say, Jay?
I go ahead. No.
Right, because you see,
Well,
you verify them. You'd verify.
You would give them a
them.
number, right?
Well, I guess.
Oh
so.
yeah, they do get. Some places give you a number. You're right, Tony.
You
So-
don't. You actually don't even have to fill the circle things anymore to vote in New York
They
State.
read your mind.
Okay.
No. You circle. You fill it in for them on,
Yeah.
on their behalf,
Yeah.
and then you just
And
run
then-
it through.
Yeah, they run it through, and then their machine's going to pick the candidate they think you should have picked. So you don't even have to worry about filling in a circle. Just
Yeah,
put it in
saves-
the machine.
Saves
So-
a lot of confusion. I think they just piloted that in Russia.
Right? Did that work? I heard Putin won again.
He won by a landslide, so it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Makes sense. Okay, I think we're out of time, so we'd like to thank everyone, all the chat people, and everyone who tuned in. Thank you for watching another edition of Issue Then it went away. Like
What went
I
away?
can't even-
I don't know. What's
the
going on?
issue
Yeah. Okay. So that was our. I don't know. If you're new out there, what's going on? Why are we stopping? Why do we just stop the show? Because we record a show and then we take a little break in the middle, but we don't stop recording. We don't stop streaming. So you can see the in between the black.
See me
the black
breaking.
feed. We're
Yeah.
breaking. So that's what we're doing right now. We're in between shows. We're gonna do another show, and then what we're supposed to do, we're supposed to edit the best clips, which I found maybe like 5 seconds, but that's okay. And then you put like a transition on the front and the back, and you have a lot of cool sound effects, and then you upload it with a really good thumbnail, and then you clickbaity, and then people click on it, and then they're like, "Oh, boy, that was a waste of time."
And then Emily does shorts and
Right.
yeah.
But we haven't uploaded anything, and we've just been doing these live things because that's all we really care about. So Jay's
Yes.
work right now. Jay's doing stuff. What are you doing, Jay? He's
I'm
set for
trying to
next
get
show.
VMAX because VMAX looks like it's crashing.
We've got
as
really
we
low
speak.
budget equipment here.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. And we're
Okay,
just
you're
gonna
gonna start.
get out
Okay,
of
you're
it.
gonna reboot. Okay, so can I
We're-
play a song?
Yeah. Play a song in the
Okay.
meantime. That's great.
What do we know here? All right, I don't know. No, it's red in my air. I'm not a really good singer. We better play. Call me back to that 20. What's what I like about what happened, Jay? Okay, I'm totally black. Everything's black, Jay. I can't see.
gotta
We're
open-
losing all our viewers. We have 4 viewers still. We're still here.
Did
Jay just rebooted,
did
and
he
now
not
it's
do
just
a
black. This is
clear-
live T. Oh, hello.
We got it back.
Rogue
We got it
Planet.
back. So
So no, it's in my. Tony, you gotta
What I like about you.
Okay,
What I
okay.
like about you.
all right, we're ready to go. I think.
Still,
is that
I don't know.
black?
It's black again. We lost it. I'll just play with people.
That's not black. It's just not clear. you need the clear
It's
button
midnight,
again?
midnight black. You need help, Jay?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry, we're still
kinda
black.
crashed again.
Yeah, we just lost a viewer.
I don't know. We
We
can
had
do it
4.
without credits. It's up to you guys.
Keeps
so.
crashing. All right. How do we get out of here? Just here. Let me try. Let me try to open it up
Sure.
again. Stay tuned, everybody. You know Russian.
All right,
Do you know Russian?
so
I don't
okay.
know. I can do this. I can cut it in. That's not what we want. Okay.
Can
Add
you
it.
get the transparency?
Oh, yeah,
See if that works.
transparency.
See if
Keep
that
talking.
works.
So
That's
people
the
think-
word I was trying to think of. Transparent.
Oh my gosh, this is
I
so
got the
slow.
clear.
What is going on? Color. We're almost there, everybody. I'm sorry, we're black here. Can't see anything. Will that work? I don't know what happened, Jay.
Okay.
Don't know, Jay.
All right. Do you have this
What if
one
I
up?
close it? What?
No, hold on. That's working.
Here, I can
right?
do a wide shot while you're doing that. I can get off this wide only. Let's see.
Okay.
If I do this NDI, where is it? Let me just take
No, I
this
think
off.
we're good.
Like
Mike.
about
I think we're good.
you.
I don't see us. Oh, I do see
Very
us.
much.
Here we go. You got it?
Here, watch.
Oh yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. There we
Yeah. Okay, we ready for the next show?
Yeah.
Um.
You ready?
Not really. Not really in my hair. Okay. Okay. We got a wide shot. Can't really play
Do I
unless
have
you
to-
do it.
do I
Can
have to
you?
do this
Can you?
again?
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Let me
ready?
think. Let me find a new song. Something.
All right, are you good? We're
Yeah.
recording? Okay. It's the shoot Don't forget about And Jay, thank you for joining us for another edition of Issuenite. If you've never seen the show before,
Never
we talk
seen
about
it before.
important and serious issues of the day, pertinent issues to your life. And if you are on this thing called YouTube, please join us for the chat. Please ring a bell and subscribe. I think that's it. If
Okay.
there's anything else, we'll let you know.
Get to it, Jay. We lost a
Okay.
viewer. We have 3 now. Go.
Okay, go.
Wide
So
shot.
we're going to get to, we
Oh.
only have 2 issues
Good.
this time. So our first one is respacing issues.
Respacing
And
issues.
Tony, what are we talking about this time?
Well, there's been an effort to recycle like spaceships, like reuse, like what's SpaceX doing there?
They're reusing rockets, I think.
Okay.
Right. So and maybe pop cans, but
Okay.
yeah.
So the recycling spaceships, I think it's called recycling, maybe.
Yeah,
Respaceling?
you can. I mean, if you have spacecraft parts, you can bring them in and recycle them at SpaceX. You can also bring in pop cans. So I mean, it's still 5 cents, but you know, you might want to try it out.
Yeah, which has led to a whole new industry because, as you know, things fall from space,
Yeah.
like satellites and stuff.
Leaves
Yep.
Right.
And Skylab fell from space.
Right.
in the 70s.
So, yeah. By the way, I have a picture of Skylab. This is I found this on the internet. I suppose this is what it looks like.
Wow.
You know, and people ask about that. They ask us all the time. We get these questions
About the
like,
shower
what-
there?
Well, what did they do? What did they do on Skylab? And they got, you know, that kind of accordion thing, like kids can crawl through. It
Right.
just kind of bundles
They use it
up,
for
and then you
adults,
take
right?
it out, and that's what they did.
The adults played with that, right?
Well, they tested it and like, hey, if it's going to work for
So
adults,
for
it'll
Fisher
work for
Price and things,
kids.
they actually tested the little tube because I have the blue and yellow one. This is the.
Well, yeah, and they're like they turn into furniture, right? Because they expand, and then like I
Right.
can't get this thing back
Right.
together, so now I have another piece of furniture.
And then all your kids going. You just start rolling the kids. You ever
Oh,
heard that? My kids
yeah.
just roll them all.
That's true. You can roll them.
Now things are floating there. I think, right? I can't tell.
Maybe. You know, I just the thing is like this is the problem with Skylab. People are like, "What do you do?" And people are like, "Oh, they're crawling through that kid tunnel there," and that's about all we ever see them doing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So you're talking about recycling things. I don't want to get off topic, but I know that like Tops and Wegmans are recycling banana peels now. So if you if you have banana peel, they ask you to turn it in, and then instead of this growing new bananas with the peels and wasting that energy, they're just repackaging the bananas.
They're not
putting the
repealing
bananas
the
in the
recycling
in the peel
banana.
that was already used once.
Yeah.
They can load another banana
Yeah.
into that
Yeah.
existing peel. But that's a good thing. I mean, if I go space junk searching and I come across maybe the banana
It's illegal
peel,
in some towns.
huh?
It's illegal in some towns, but go ahead.
Okay. And I come across a banana peel that maybe was on Skylab, now I've got 3 places that might pay me for it.
Mm-hmm.
Tops, Wegmans, and SpaceX.
I don't think they're in the NASA stuff, though. I mean,
Well, I mean, if it came from space, I think they're
Oh.
going to try and recycle it, and maybe they can reload the space
would it
banana.
freeze in space? If the banana peel were in space, would it freeze? It'd be cold, right? Would it be frozen?
Well, I mean, they heat the spaceship, right?
I mean, if it's outside, if it's just floating in
Oh,
space.
yeah. I mean, that's probably how it preserved it, right?
It would be frozen. And then if it fell from space to the planet, would it thaw by the time it hit the ground?
Well, yeah, because it gets hot, right?
Oh, re-entry?
Re-entry. So the ice of the space coldness, 3 degrees above absolute zero, would counteract the, I don't know, what's it, like 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius, Kelvin, something
Yeah.
that would normally burn it up.
Okay,
during
I didn't mean to
re-entry.
get sidetracked here.
Yeah.
But so what's the recycle? What's the deal, or what's the plan? What's SpaceX trying to do?
Well, they want to reuse some of the stuff. So if you find some, you can bring it to them and get that nickel.
Is it just a nickel? I mean, what if I find an engine? Because I mean, if they're just giving me a nickel, that I'm going to the scrapyard. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely going to, I'm going to break that apart. I'm going to put the aluminum to the side. I mean, come on, I'm not getting a nickel for that. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're going to have to be competitive, right?
yeah,
With
No,
the scrapyard.
maybe.
I mean, if they're going through the effort of reusing those rockets, I'm sure an actual engine would be
I hope so.
worth something to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this is SpaceX, and aren't they looking though for Skylab? Like, didn't Skylab isn't it on the bottom of the ocean? They're like sending out.
Yeah,
Skylab was
for sure.
is in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Skylab was like in the 70s, and it was a lab. They did some testing.
Well, and
I wish they tested
the
the
guy
tubes.
went through the child
The
tube.
worm, yeah.
They had a
so-
bunch of things that they tried.
Yeah, I think part of it landed in the ocean and part of it hit Australia. So they probably have the Australia ones already, but the ocean ones, the ocean parts might be worth diving for, right?
Yeah.
I suppose, but what are you going to reuse? Out of it. I mean, you got a couple like.
Well, you got that worm thing, right? That
That's
the
true.
guys played in. That might be worth something. I don't know.
I
what
never
else.
thought about that. You would have the original. I mean, that could probably go for somewhere on eBay. There's going to be collectors that want the worm.
Right. The
play
worm.
tube.
I don't know anything about the worm.
So
I
that's
do
what
know
we
they
just
made
showed,
it.
Mike.
They made a docudrama. What?
That's what the guy was playing in.
What?
This
I missed
one.
it.
That
Oh,
your
this is
kids
right here.
playing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So,
not there right now.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't
You
know
can
what
go
I'm
back to
doing.
what
I don't know
you're
what I'm
doing.
doing. No, I don't know what I'm
Okay.
doing.
All right.
And I think it's a good move on their part because, as we throw up more and more, space stuff, you're going to get more and more space junk coming down, including the space station, right? I mean, that's planned to come down at some
Yeah.
point. I think it's a little bit over ambitious. Right now, they're painting a big X somewhere in Texas, and they're hoping to land the thing on the X.
Why?
I think it's then they could reuse it.
Yeah. They're already having like a rocket engine drive, like North Korea is bringing over, things because they don't have any money, so they're just like, well, these don't work really much anyway, so they're bringing them over, and they have to take them by law. They have to take used rocket parts, so they're getting that. I mean, there's terrorists, and they're like, these never really worked for us, so.
Is that space life cycle rule or
Yeah,
law
that's
that-
a space recycling parts rule,
Yeah.
the New York State rule. Yeah,
lifetime,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I do know, Jay, that not to change the subject, but I knew they're doing block parties is a big deal now. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but I knew a lot of the nations are doing block parties.
Oh, to get together.
just to get together, Putin and
Would
the
you
United
do a
States.
parade like
Like
the
we did
ones
in Tree Haven?
the one
Yeah,
on Tree Haven,
we
yeah,
had
so-
you dress up somebody in a king suit and you go around the street and all your bicycles.
Okay, and
I know some of the
wagons,
tourist
right?
organizations
It'd
do
be
it too, but
wagons too.
Wagons,
There'd be
yeah.
wagons.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you just have like, Biden and Putin and Trump. They'd all be in little bikes with the, you used to put the, what are those, Jay?
Flobies.
Cards.
Yeah, the cards. Thank you, Tony. The cards that flip back and forth in the bikes.
Playing cards.
Right.
Or the,
Trump has a card. He has his good my cards. Is Trump Russian? I don't know. No, look at the my cards. I got cards that go
Disc
flipping back and
vacuum.
forth. Yeah.
that Schwarzenegger.
It's kind of a Trumpenegger. It's
Gotcha.
kind of
Okay.
it's huge.
All right, so
huge.
all these leaders and that, they're like, hey, if we have a block party, maybe we can get along a little better. They have picnic food. There's potato salad. Most people like
It's
that.
it's potluck. So
mean,
you get
yeah.
the Germans bringing German foods and Russians
Yeah.
bringing.
Well, I mean, the Russians
Russian
brought
food.
McDonald's, and you can tell they just weren't ready. They're like,
Right.
oh, shoot,
Well,
we have to bring something.
5 of the 6 countries brought McDonald's.
Wow.
It's like our version of McDonald's,
So, it's they might as well have just had McDonald's either cater it or send someone to McDonald's.
Yeah.
But the problem is the Russians wouldn't chip in, or they chipped in and they're giving them rubles and that aren't really worth a lot. And people are like, you need to give us more. This isn't enough. You're not chipping in. You're ripping us off on the exchange rate. And it just, I don't know.
A lot of countries brought watermelons too because they're the same
Right.
thing.
That's a good
Right.
idea.
Well, you just stop. I've forgotten that you go in and grab one.
Right.
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah.
I
Well,
like
it's easy. I
watermelon.
mean, a lot of people, but a lot of people like it, Mike. That's the thing. But you're right. If you have too much and then after a while you eat it, you're like, really, there isn't anything
They're mostly
else?
made up of water. Do you know that humans are like 98% water? I'm that close to drowning.
Yeah. Sorry. All right. If you just joined us, you're watching Issuenite. Important, serious issues of the day. A little bit of a shorter show. We're going to get to our final issue that is called the gravity tax.
I got to do the song review.
Oh, forgot about that. I don't have that down, but I can change that. So,
Okay.
all right,
Gravity.
let me,
Gravity tax.
The gravity tax.
Well, we're going to do that next, Jay.
What?
Gravity
Which one?
tax?
We're
Yeah.
doing- okay. So wait, are we doing
After
song
this.
review?
Song review first, yeah.
Okay. So it's song review first. Sorry, we don't have a credit for it. So
All right. I'm going to find
I
the
think-
song. What's the song called? What song is it, Jay?
it is One is the Loneliest Number.
Oh.
That's
we've had
sad.
requests
Very sad.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going
could
on
we
here. Can I
comment
go
on
to
it? So,
Okay, I gotta go.
They must have that.
wow, you gotta, Mike, you gotta subscribe
What
in order
happened?
to see.
Sign in to save your favorite songs. Okay,
Must
there
be
we go.
that midnight.
Okay.
That
All right, here we
melancholy
go. This is
blue
a-
room.
Let me try to. I'm gonna try this here. Okay.
All right, so this is how the song goes.
Need my glasses.
Go, is that,
Everyone's got. You guys gotta back me up here, okay? One is the loneliest number you ever see. Two be baddest is the only number. No one is the saddest thing you ever see. Yes, it's the saddest thing you ever see. One is the only number you ever see. Okay, got it. That's
I just moved my lips because I can't see that far.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
thought
I
I
can't
could
either.
harmony either.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Now, it's not an action. It's a little artistic license here, Jay. It's like you don't do a number unless you're dancing, but it's it's kind of artistic, saying like 1, it's a lonely. You're doing it. You're lonely. Okay. 2 can
is
be
it
as bad as
lonely
1.
because there's just one? It's just, see, the thing is the number 1. I mean, the number 1, you really have numbers next to you. You have 0 next to you. You have 2 next to you. I mean, if you want to throw in the negative numbers, I got to imagine they're nearby.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I don't think that number is so lonely. Maybe it was put into a room by itself, and I don't know how you do that, but maybe then the number may get lonely. But I personally disagree.
But
with
I mean,
that.
and then they're talking about 2 could be as bad as 1, right?
Well, I'm going back to the ones. I mean, I'm thinking like you win the Super Bowl. That's a bad example.
Bad example,
at least
Tony.
here in Buffalo.
Bad.
You win the Stanley. That's a bad example. What's that sport that we just won? Lacrosse.
Yeah.
So you win that.
no
and,
one cares about that one.
And everybody's like, "We're number one. We're number one," right? And there are lots of people doing that. So they didn't look lonely.
No.
They look kind of happy.
You mean
think
the
they-
winners?
They embraced the number one, and together there was a community of number one.
Community of one.
Yeah.
Right. We were one together.
Wow, we have like new people chiming in here. Never heard Dunda Mifflin. Something about the gravity tax. Dunda, we'll get
We're
to
gonna
that.
get to that.
Please be patient and don't scream when you chat with us. Thank you. Then we have Mark. The Democrats are going to start to tax air.
Right, that is true. Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah. And then Dunda again. I'll give you an excuse to complain. I
That'll be
think she's
good for
getting
you.
hostile.
No, she's. I like. Don't listen to Jay. I mean, he's very negative. You know,
I don't-
we care. We're thankful that you're here.
He's a
Jay
negative
likes to get
number.
rid of our numbers. He likes loneliness. He likes having one viewer. But you know, really, right now we have 5, and that's the most we've had in
That's true.
years, Jay.
That's true.
So try not to get angry at
Well,
our
I'm not
people.
gonna, I mean, they're starting to type nonsense like
Jay,
Mark and XD. I don't
That's
know
all we
what that
talk about
means.
is nonsense here.
I suppose.
But real nonsense. You know, issues that affect you. Anyways, my point here about 1, Tony, is well, actually I don't know what my point is. I lost it. So
Well,
let's
what's
go
the
back
next
to this.
lyric, Kate?
2 can be as bad as 1. It's the loneliest number since the number 1. So they're just saying that this guy's a pessimist. Basically, he's a pessimist.
Well, I mean, is 2 they saying can be bad? Is it criminally bad?
It's
Or are we
like if
saying
you're with
this number's
somebody,
criminally bad.
you're lonely. You're with someone that you don't like.
Well,
you know, right?
I don't know. I feel like if we're number 2, which we have been in football many times, it was a pretty lonely feeling.
Yes, it was lonely, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
I
know
mean, there are
what?
a bunch of us, but
I've said this before, Tony. I mean, you know, the Olympics. You know, you win the gold.
yeah.
You're the best. You're the best. You be the best a man can get. No, that's a shaving commercial. But then if you're the silver, like, you know what? You did it. You know, you're not the best, but you made it. You're top 3. If you're the silver, you're the best worst person. You're the best of the worst. You're the worst best. You're the best
of the
worst. You're
yeah.
the best worst
But the
person.
thing is, no one wants to see a silver medal. You want to see my silver medal? No, not really. I'm a silver medal winner. Like no one's really seeking that. No one's going to ask you to speak at their high school or anything. So,
No.
Yeah.
No.
But number 2 though, just a comment. I mean, Tim Horton was number 2. He's pretty good. So you know, I mean,
But he was
obviously-
wearing a number, Jay. He wasn't a number. I mean, that's kind of surreal. He wasn't actually the number.
Actually
he was
thought
wearing a
was
number.
No, he's
I
not.
know,
Not
no.
the case. Okay.
All right, no, it's
All
the saddest experience you'll ever know, Jay. It's the saddest experience you ever know.
Wait, why are we talking about something else?
Yes.
That's an interjection. Like, why are we talking about that? We're supposed to be talking about numbers.
We said no. No is the saddest experience you ever know. No is the word no. Or is he?
That's not a number unless it's 0. No. Like,
Yeah.
No, it's not a number. He's
No,
just
wait. In computer terms, what is that? Like 0, you have 0
Zeros
and
and
1.
ones,
So
right.
the 0 is what? That's off, or is that no?
0
like-
is off. It's false. 1 is true. Except
one
if
is
you're
false.
in
False is no,
quantum
right?
computing. There's it's a 0 and 1. It's a whole bunch of what?
So if it's false, that means no, right? You can't.
False is no.
Okay.
Yes. But see, it says yes. It's the saddest experience you ever know. He really is a schizophrenic here. He says no. It's the saddest experience. Yes, it's the saddest. You know what I'm saying? He's schizo. Right?
Okay.
Because
Saddest
1 is
experience,
the
yeah.
lowest number that you'll ever do. See, again, it's that do thing. 1 is the lowest number, which, whoa. Jay,
No, I
what's
think
that
he
mean, Jay?
dropped. No, I think he dropped
What is
something.
that?
No, it's kind of like 1 is the lonely.
What is
Whoa,
it?
hey, whoa!
Where is
Like
it? I can't
there
see
could have
it.
been a spider there. He might have
Whoa.
seen a snake.
Whoa, oh.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Whoa.
something. There's some
No.
creature.
Whoa, Jay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Um,
Jay, whoa.
Okay, I'm
Oh.
trying to
Sorry.
say. Okay,
Whoa.
keep getting interrupted.
What is the lonely number you ever do?
All right.
Go, Jay. What else you got?
Well, I'm
This
just
really
commenting on
just
what people are
repeats over
saying.
and
The
over again.
Paris Olympics were freaky from the get-go.
They were.
I mean, yeah, he's got a point. And then someone says, "Oh, it's 3 Dog Night."
What is that, Jay? Is that a group?
It's there's dogs
That's-
and a night.
that's
Is
a
that
really-
a paint tone?
no, it's a really cold evening.
Okay. Because there's 3 dogs outside and they should be inside. Or,
Riders on the storm.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any more of the lyrics, or are we done with
That's the problem, Jay. You pick songs that just repeat, and that's
Oh,
it.
that's
And-
all he's doing.
And Beatles songs just repeat the same things over and over again,
Yeah.
just for emphasis.
Yeah, they
like a good
probably had
Phil
more
Collins
lyrics,
song.
but they know people are going to tune out, so why not repeat it?
Yeah.
7-11, same 7 words 11 times. So why not?
What? Wait, what? What'd you just
They
say?
call it 7-11, the same 7 words 11 times.
What are they?
Not sure. Depends on the song.
Not sure. It depends on the song. That is 7. Not sure. It depends on the song. It's 7.
And you say that 11 times?
Not sure. It depends on the song. Not sure. You could.
So-
I don't know.
Sounds like a pretty good
I didn't
tongue
know.
twister.
Jay, that's amazing.
Okay. Well,
How did
glad-
you do it, Jay?
I
I'm amazed at you, Jay. I don't
really-
get it.
Really didn't mean to say anything.
You didn't
I
mean.
just-
Wait. I really didn't mean to say anything. 7 words, Jay. How are you doing this? How did you do that again, Tony? Is he writing this down? I don't see him written anywhere. It's crazy, Jay.
I think it's just hardwired to.
Yeah.
I think he's just hardwired to 7 words, Tony. That's crazy.
I don't think you're counting correct.
I
you're
don't think you're crowning correct.
Again.
Again, how are you doing this, Jay?
You don't count grunts. I mean, that's not.
You don't count grunts. It's just not. What the heck's going on here?
I think we're losing viewers.
I think we're losing viewers again.
I haven't heard from Mark or Dunger in a while, so
Yeah.
why don't we get on to our final?
Do we have another
set?
show? Oh, Gravity.
Yeah.
Gravity.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
So here it is. The gravity tax. I really don't know what this is. So someone explain this to me.
So Jay, they're gonna tax New York State, of course, because we live in the greatest state in the United States.
Yeah.
New York State's gonna start taxing gravity. Okay.
Okay.
So go
So
ahead, Tony.
gravity, the thing that holds you to the planet, and
The thing that binds us together. Actually, that's different. That's force, but
Yeah.
that's the idea, Tony.
it's a strong force. But the
So they're taxing. So we number one, I don't remember paying for gravity. So
You
how am I
know,
gonna be
there's a new
taxed?
tax. New tax.
Okay.
so we haven't paid for it before, but we will be paying.
Just like electricity. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I tell it right on the bill. I haven't seen it all month. That's why I don't pay for it.
Wait, it's on the gravity tax on your electric bill.
No. It's totally just totally different shit. My point is, they're going to start taxing gravity. So as you're walking down the street,
just in New York, though.
just in New York. I mean, New
Okay.
York's the first to do this.
Yeah. Well, they'll lead the country. So in that,
Yeah.
because people are abusing gravity, they keep trying to jump up or jump off of things, and then
People keep
come back
jumping,
up.
but that comes down. You expect it to come down. But Jay, what's going to happen is if you don't pay your gravity tax, what's going to happen, Tony?
Well, I mean, if you don't get gravity, then nothing's holding you down, right?
That's right. So they're going to basically
so they're going to release you.
and you're going to know too. You know how you're going to know? People are going to be floating all over the place, Jay. All over the place. You're going to be walking
That's
down the
like
street.
the Dune movie, the first one from the 80s.
Oh,
they had
documentary?
like
With,
a tubby guy
Sting?
floating
Was
around.
it Sting
Yeah,
in
with
it?
Sting. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So yeah, just gonna start floating down the street, and that's what's gonna happen.
It's kind of like shaming you, right? If you see somebody floating by.
No, they just
yeah.
want their money, Tony.
I know, but aren't
Yeah, because people, what they'll do is you'll have like ropes, and people have to grab on the ropes, and they'll like go down like a parade, and people like, ha ha. It'd be like
it's like Jay didn't
Yeah.
pay his gravity
yeah,
tax. He's
just like
floating.
the Cultural Revolution in China. Same thing. It'll be just people in red and the youth and the young, mocking the old. So it'll
Yeah,
be like
Dunda.
that.
I just want to say you can choose to float whenever you don't pay your tax. So if you decide not to pay your tax, they give you a few 30 days, and then they just start messing with you a little bit. They start like
So they
you just start floating. Suddenly, doing your job. Suddenly, you start floating for a second, and they come back. You kind of like when they throttle your phone.
Yeah.
Throttle your speed, and they're just
Oh.
kind of suddenly you'll start floating real quick, and then you'll come back down, and then
so
eventually
it's
just
kind of like a warning. You're 30 days out.
that's right.
And so,
They're throttling
better
your
get-
gravity,
Gotcha.
basically. And then, you can pay for unlimited gravity,
Oh,
but that's
like lifetime or just
no yearly,
prepay the
Yeah.
annual?
So that's not
Gravity tax.
unlimited if it's yearly.
right? But really, just paying the tax. You can. I'm saying you can prepay the tax for next year, so you don't actually get stuck.
I don't trust that because if I prepaid for the year, they might like misconstrue the guy putting it into the system. Might think it's that okay. That's that month's gravity. Then I suddenly weigh 12 times as much as I did before.
Yeah.
Like they apply the whole thing to this month.
Right. I don't know how they apply it. I do know that people are taking advantage of this, though. They're intentionally not paying their taxes, and then they're like potentially floating, and they have like a friend, just kind of push them, or like a balloon.
Push them
You become
along,
like
yeah.
balloon people.
Or get like a fan or something to push you.
You can blow.
No,
yeah,
you could get drones. You can attach drones to people
Right.
and move them
right,
around.
right. I
there's
think Prime is trying to do that.
yeah.
They're getting people to not pay their taxes, and they're gonna get a drone buddy.
So if
with
I want
people.
to go somewhere,
yeah,
I can get a little drone,
Right.
one of those little ones,
that's right.
and grab onto it, start floating, and then I could use the drone to bring me to Cheektowaga or somewhere else.
Just charge your batteries, Tone. You gotta make sure, because like those drugstore drones aren't gonna
Don't last
go
very long?
far. Yeah.
Okay.
'cause-
But I'm saying like it's kind of backfiring on Hochul. I mean, she really thinks that they're going to make a lot of money on this, but people are flipping it, and they're basically using this to their advantage.
yeah, and that's how it normally works, around here. And unfortunately, we're not getting that tax paid. So because we're not getting, like, some of the bridges aren't getting done. There's a couple
Right.
bridges by me. I got to go way around. I can't go over them.
Well, if you
because
don't
people
pay your
aren't-
taxes, you could just float over the
Right.
river. Just be careful if you get too close to the PA line,
Right.
where they don't have this
The
law.
fireworks can blow you up.
Well, your gravity could end, and suddenly
That's
you're on
true.
the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and-
Tony, you would get cheap fireworks, though, at least. So
What's
Well, if
interesting?
you
worth
survive the landing, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. What's interesting though is the amount of money that New York State's been spending to figure out how to get gravity.
How to turn off gravity. on
I mean, they
Apple.
spent pretty much all the lotto money. I think pretty much, the Mega Millions. That's where it's going, not education.
Yeah.
They're taking the Mega Million money and they're using this to research. And they got brilliant scientists figuring out how to turn off gravity for specific people. They're just honing in on you, being able to track you. I don't know if they're using your cell phones. I'm not exactly sure how they are doing it genetically, genetic markers, whatever. And then they're basically somehow making anti-gravity,
So they already
static.
spent the money that they're hoping to. They spent the money on like anti-gravity beams in the hopes of making money.
Right, but
through
it
attacks.
pretty much backfired.
Well, I mean, their only hope is really to get more people addicted to the lottery. So they're introducing new lottery games.
Right,
They're
they're actually
or addicted to gravity
Right.
in this case.
true. They're
Yeah.
actually there's actually whole businesses that are having their employees floating their business up in the sky instead of so they're not paying taxes now.
So are they remote workers?
They are
or-
remote. Actually what they do, Jay, is they time out when you're gonna lose gravity, like when you're gonna stop paying your taxes, and they'll hold the Ethernet cable, and then they
Yeah.
turn. Then at that day you're gonna be floating, and they haul the Ethernet cable up to the air, so you can have your computer up there.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is the computers and stuff aren't part of that, right? So they're not really floating. So you really need somebody holding the computer on their lap with someone else typing. You know what I'm saying? Like to use the computer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? Are you
Yeah,
listening?
it
Or are you
makes
just staring?
sense.
Are
I
you
just
staring?
want, you might violate some personal space policies, but it might work.
Well,
It
laptops.
might
You really got
work,
to use laptops.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I wonder if you have just dedicated, like you hire people to hold laptops for people, then, and you got to tell them, well, you have to be the one who doesn't pay taxes on the gravity
Right.
tax. So
You got to time it with New York State.
yeah,
You can go on their website, anti-grav tax,
okay.
and you can basically schedule. Not you can remove.
Schedule. I won't
Yeah,
pay.
I won't pay taxes on
Yeah.
this day. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just another thing in New York State's trying to do. Thank you, Hochul.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? I was listening.
We were talking about
Companies that will like purposely not pay the tax.
so you can
people
have
float.
floating businesses in
Yeah.
the sky kind of thing. So it's just whatever. I mean, I pay my tax. Look at I'm here. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to. Like we can't float.
I'm all right.
away,
I'm
so-
okay. It's just-
Okay.
I was being throttled. Sorry.
Unfortunately, we are out of time. We have to wrap up the show. We'd like to thank everyone who participated in the chat, especially new people. Come back again, ring the bell, and subscribe to another edition of Issuenite.